Hello everyone, this is part 32 of What If Naruto Figured It All Out, and I hope you guys enjoy this video and to like, to subscribe, to share, and check out the playlist, to see more comment down below. Now let's start the intro.
They call me a god. They call me a god. They call me a god.
Join my membership, the perks are great. It's in the description. The days passed as lighting, until the day the Hokage, the Sannin and the Skuld had to left Konoha and depart for a fatal trip to the hidden moon. The sun shined just like a summer sun should be. It was hot and everybody appeared to be happy with it. Jiraiya went to Minato's house, waiting for him. Minato opened the door. The sensei sat on the sofa and then looked to the Hokage. Sandaime already took your place, Jiraiya informed. Minato looked to him. Even a kid could notice Yellow Flash was very nervous. How have Frigg been dealing with this? Minato looked down and sat near his teacher. She cried, yielding she didn't want to go back. Minato explained. I understand her, but we had made it and we have to live with it. The Hokage looked to the ground. We have fallen in love, none can determine that, not me, nor her, it happened. Jiraiya felt sad for him. The problem is not living with it. When I started dating Frigg, I already knew this would eventually happen. The problem is, how am I going to explain Akatsuki that the wife he loved so much at the point of letting her go, the one he has passed these last 6 years training to protect, is now my lover and waiting a child of mine. Plus, I'm also worried with my child. This situation won't be good for him. Minato put his hand on the head, grabbing his hair. Jiraiya couldn't find something to tell him that could cheer him. I have no idea what will result from this, no idea, the man trembled a little. It's so scary. Well, telling the truth is, undoubtedly, the only good thing you can do, if you can call it a good thing, isn't it? Telling you that you should have been more careful would be wasting time. When people are in love, they lost the sense of rightness or wrongness. Jiraiya started searching for something in his pocket. I had no idea what Kageru would tell you in this kind of situation. Minato's eyes opened wide, when he remembered the woman who protected him during his entire life and that always told him the right things to do. He felt disappointed with himself. But one thing I'm sure, Jiraiya moved his arm and gave something to Minato. The Hokage looked and saw a sweetmeat. She would give you candy. Minato smiled and get the candy, staring at it with an adorable look. Yeah, he said. She always offered me candy. Always. Minato closed his eyes. I'm sure, she would be at my side and I'm also sure, she will be. I always complained with her, because I wanted to do things by myself, but I could really use her smile right now. Minato looked to one of the furniture he had on the living room, in which some photos were placed. A younger Minato and Kageru were fitting one of the photos. I need to do this. For my sake, for Kushina's sake, for Akatsuki's sake and more, for my baby's sake. I'm ready. Frigg entered. She was dressing one of her glamorous vests that she used back on the hidden moon. Of course, she needed to adjust it because of her belly. She was also very sad. Minato got up and went near her, hugging his beloved one. Why are you crying? You're going to see Mirai-chan again. You always tell me how much you wanted to see her again. Minato said, caressing her. Frigg cried. How am I going to face Dario and my sister again? She cried loud. Minato closed his eyes. My sister, she couldn't live her life because she has been living mine. How will she look at me? And Dario, I was the one who drove him into his, I was the one who started getting interested in him. He was so young. I'm a horrible person. Minato put his hands on her face, moving it so she could face him in the eyes. You're not a horrible person. None knew this would happen. Not even you. The Hokage said. Cry no more. You don't want your child to have a crying baby for a mother, do you? Frigg cleaned her tears, but continued hiccuping. Minato understood her a lot. He was also feeling bad. But, could someone be considered a horrible person just because it fell in love? The group left Konoha early in the morning and started its 5-day-long voyage to the place they never wanted to get back. What an anguish voyage that was. None spoke. Jiraiya looked many times at Yondaime and Frigg, but they continued walking with their hands joined, without saying a word or looking into each other. The Sannin closed his eyes. Sure, they say, the weight of our sins, it's the weightiest of all, and it is, it really is. They ended up reaching the port in the north of the lightning country. Minato was about to go speak with the sailors, but Frigg stepped forward first. She went near them. The sailors recognized her right away. Fullerheim, one said, smiling of joy. She smiled back. Long time no see. You've come back to the village. I'm so happy. You've got even prettier, especially because now you're a little more chubby. She smiled again. We want to go back to the island. Can you take us now, without announcing us? She asked. Minato and Jiraiya were caught by surprise. We want to make a surprise. Sure, Heim, the sailor said. The group entered in an old boat, sailing under the sun into the legendary island. Their hearts were beating 3 or 4 times faster. So many things have changed since you left, Fullerheim. The sailor started speaking. They looked to him. Since your brother-in-law took place as Tsukikage, the village improves day after day. Frigg continued looking to him. He is no longer that cute little boy, now he is a grown-up man. Pity, he still didn't let his hair grow so he could make some cool Norse braids. Frigg laughed quietly. Minato looked to her. Plus, your niece is also very pretty. Frigg blushed and looked expectantly to the red-haired sailor. She makes me remember your highness when you were younger. Always with her father. Frigg smiled. Tsukikage-sama always takes Mirai Heim everywhere. They look so cute together. How is Mirai? Is she big? Is she healthy? Please. Frigg insisted. Minato smiled to her, happy to see her stress was leaving her when she speaks about her daughter. Well, Mirai is very healthy. She is a normal child. Her red hair is very pretty, just like Isuki-sama's is. And she is also very smart. The sailor said. What a cute kid she is. The island appeared and they stopped at the harbor. Minato helped Frigg getting out of the boat. Tsukikage-sama must be in the glade of the spirits with Frigg Heim and Mirai Heim. Just go and see. You must miss the pines scent a lot. The sailor departed. Frigg looked down. Minato put his hand on her shoulder. Do you wanna go there, or do you prefer waiting for him at home? The Hokage asked. Frigg was about to cry again. We have to go. She grabbed her dress's big skirt and the group went to the glade. Jiraiya was looking to the village, contemplating everything he saw. Wow, some of these houses are very old, but at the same time, so preserved. He noticed. The statues of them are so different from the ones in our country. Amazing. He did not realize nor Minato nor Frigg were listening to him. What is the glade of spirits? He asked. They didn't answer. They entered the woods. They are too nervous. Jiraiya noticed. Their breaths denounced them. Plus, they seemed to fear putting the feet on the ground, as if they knew it would be heavier, although, they continue because they have no other path to take. Jiraiya bound his hands. No matter what it happens, I have to protect my Hokage. Fear not, Minato, I'm right behind you. We're here. Frigg whispered as if she was about to cry. They saw the statues from the Tsukikages. Jiraiya looked to all of them, amazed with the big number and with the perfection they were made. This place, Minato remembered when he trained there and the first time he heard Kurogen's story. He heard some noises and they saw 2 persons and a child in the middle of the glade. They are over there. Frigg trembled and closed her eyes. Watch over us. You. Whose smile you have shown us. Forbidden love goddess, Loven. Frigg prayed. She took a deep breath and was about to scream, but at first, no sound came. She bound her hands. Dario. A 22-years-old man with ginger hair, dressed in black and with a ripple pattern eyes, looked to her. There was no doubt, he had grown up, but it was Duryokugen. Both Minato and Frigg were surprised with his growth. He was now as tall as Minato. He became a handsome man. He smiled back. Frigg, he called. At his side was Fuller. She looked just like Frigg, except she continued in form. Fuller looked down when she saw them. Who is? A child asked. Frigg's heart jumped. A cute 6-years-old red-haired girl was pulling Akatsuki's clothes. She was wearing a beautiful white dress and had a white lace on her hair. Duryokugen kneeled down. Why don't you go and give her a big hug? She misses you a lot. Akatsuki asked, caressing the child's face. Anyone could see Duryokugen cared a lot about the child. But, I don't know her. The girl said and looked to Fuller. She is just like Mom. Duryokugen put his hand on her head. Go there, Mirai, he asked. She smiled and ran to Frigg. The woman opened her arms. Minato was very nervous, looking at her. So, that's Akatsuki, Jiraiya said, seeing the man's happy face for gazing again at his beloved one. Minato continued without answering. Frigg is only 3 months long pregnant. Her belly can be easily mistaken with a little more weight. Unless they have a medical nin as good as Sunadheim living with them, they will never notice her condition. Jiraiya smiled. Maybe we can solve this out peacefully. Frigg opened her arms to hug Mirai. Jiraiya noticed something. What's this? He thought. From where is it coming, this huge K intent? The Sennin looked to Minato. He is too nervous, he cannot notice danger approaching. Akatsuki too. Where is it coming from? Jiraiya searched everywhere with his eyes. Over there. He disappeared. Don't touch her, you traitor, a female voice screamed. Minato and Doryokugan heard and looked aside. Jiraiya was holding a woman with long red hair and blue eyes, wearing only a large white shirt and tight pirate trousers. Isuki, Minato whispered, seeing the ninja struggling to get out of Jiraiya's arms. Let me go, Isuki screamed, while Jiraiya held her tightly. I'm going to K that B. That piece of garbage. I'm going to see her hair off with punches. Calm down, Jiraiya whispered, but Surin never listened to anyone. What? Mirai stopped, scared. Don't touch her, Mirai. Surin ordered. Look closer at her. That's the kind of woman you should never become. Mirai looked to Frigg. What are you saying? Akatsuki screamed at her. I thought you already had forgotten that. Please, sister, you always end up ruining my happiness. Surin screamed, struggling. Jiraiya realized she knew. She is the one who did it. Look at her. That blonde F traitor B. Akatsuki continued looking angry to his sister. Minato stayed still. She is pregnant. What? Akatsuki felt a dagger ell his heart, taking away his breath. Fuller quickly looked to him and then to her sister, who started crying, covering her face with her hands. Doryokugan looked to her, breathing deeply. You, Frigg. He felt so bad and sad too. She continued crying. Akatsuki looked down, moving his eyes for both sides, as if he was searching on his mind for an answer or an explanation. How? He looked at her again and then his eyes moved to Minato. When will you be able to hear an explanation calmly? Minato asked. Akatsuki closed his eyes and turned aside. Mirai, come. He ordered. Frigg's eyes opened wide. Mirai looked to her father and then to Frigg. But, she asked, confused. Come. Doryokugan called her. Sorry. Mirai made a bow to Frigg and Minato and ran to her father. He caught her and sat her on his shoulders, leaving. Fuller ran to her sister. Frigg-chan. She called, caressing her sister. Come on. Fuller hugged her sister. Minato closed his eyes. What a mess, he thought. Jiraiya continued holding Surin. I always knew she was good for nothing. Isuki said. Jiraiya looked to her and blushed. What is this? He thought. Such huge B. Such S on her lip. Jiraiya took advantage of being holding her tightly to feel her body. What a sweet skin. Lovely butt. I found a Norse goddess. Oi, pinhead, Surin said. He looked to her, with B falling from his nose. Your hand is on my B, take it off. Jiraiya didn't move, looking dumbfounded to her. She rolled her eyes and turned to him. He blushed even more. Do you wanna hear a secret? What? Jiraiya asked, very enthusiastic. She smiled. Here, she called. He came closer to her. Huge pain. Welcome to the hidden moon, she said and left. Jiraiya fell on the ground with his hands on the middle of his legs. What? Jiraiya cried with a thin voice. Did she use lightning chakra on that kick? My balls. The pain. Jiraiya cried on the ground. Minato felt sorry for him. Fuller and Minato helped Frigg and then Jiraiya and the four went to the Tsukikage's house. Frigg met her father and hugged him, crying a lot and explaining she was pregnant. Minato tried to find Akatsuki, so he could explain him everything. Mirai was in the Tsukikage's office, looking to her father who had his head leaned on the window's glass. The child was painting a drawing with her crayons. There was a knock on the door. It was Minato. He looked to Doryokugan. The Tsukikage watched him over the window. Mirai looked to Minato. Who is it? Mirai asked. It's Konoha's yellow Flash, Akatsuki said. Hello, Flash-san, Mirai said with a smile. Minato smiled and walked near her. What are you drawing? Minato asked. She picked her sheet and showed it. It's the sea and the moon and a whale. Mirai said, showing a lot of traces that were anything except what she described. Mirai, go to bed, please. Dad will just finish this and will be there with you in no time. Akatsuki said. Mirai got out of the chair, carefully so she wouldn't fall, and left, giving her father and Minato a good night. She left, leaving her crayons and her drawing on the table. Minato looked to Ryokugen. So, Flash, I'm Karma, so I've came here to tell you the entire truth. I'm not going to hide any details. I owe you that, as friend. Minato said, leaning his back on the window's glass. Frigg has been living with me for about 6 years. 2 years ago, I realized I was in love with her. Akatsuki's eyes opened wide, but he decided to hear it until the end. Of course, I tell nothing to Frigg and made nothing to have her for me. I knew she was married and I always thought I would end up forgetting her. But no girl I date could take her out of my mind. After I became Hokage, there was an attack against my life and Frigg got involved. Ryokugen looked down, while his tears were threatening to fall. If it wasn't for her, I would probably be S. She summoned Skuld and saved me. Akatsuki was surprised. He never thought Frigg would be so brave. She always behaved as the princess in danger waiting for the charming prince. After that, I was knocked out for about 3 days and she was there when I woke up. She confessed me her love towards my person. Ryokugen bound his hands. After that day, nothing more could be done. We fell in love. Avoiding it would be like lying to ourselves and it would make us both pain. Akatsuki didn't want to look at Minato. The Hokage could sense his anger. So, we have been lovers since then. Have you come just to tell me that? Akatsuki yielded. Minato looked to him. Have you just come to laugh on my face? Mine and Frigg's intentions never were to mock with you. Minato assured firmly. That's why we have come. We still consider you as our friend. Friend, Akatsuki screamed, pissed off. That's right, a friend, Minato stated, without showing fear. Our intentions never were to hurt you. Unfortunately, for us to be together, we end up hurting you. Try to understand. People fall in love. I fell in love with Frigg and her with me. I never obligated her to. Please, Akatsuki, Ryokugen continued very angry. What? He screamed. Do you expect me to smile and wish you good luck? You slept with my wife. Not in 1,000 years I would forgive you. Minato looked down. You made nothing more than your obligation, coming here and tell me the truth, but I cannot forgive treason like that. I cannot. Ryokugen bind his hand so hardly that it ended up B. I saw you as a big friend of mine. Why? Why have you done this to me? Why? Why have you betrayed me? I never meant to hurt you. Minato explained. Nor Frigg. To be honest, we just want to live our lives happily. Ryokugen looked to Minato. The Hokage and the Tsukikage stared for a while. Would you forgive me? Ryokugen asked. Minato closed his eyes. No, Minato answered. Then you know my answer. The Tsukikage was about to leave. Thanks, for being that honest, but try not to speak with me about this matter again. And the peace treaty? Minato asked. I don't mix things. We will discuss it later. You can stay here for a month. Ryokugen looked down. Maybe. He left. Minato sighed and put his hand on his head. His intent was so big that I'm sure the others had noticed it. Minato said. This will end up in disaster. I need to be extra careful. Minato looked to Kurogen's painting. What would you do, hero? Next day, at breakfast time, Fuller was preparing Mirai and Akatsuki's food. The old Tsukikage was also there, such as Jiraiya. Are you feeling better? The old man asked. Jiraiya looked to him. Surin doesn't like to have someone that close to her. Take my advice, don't get near her. This is for your own good. What a saying. Is she virgin? Jiraiya asked. Well, she is untouchable as the Holy Grail. If someone had already done it, we would know it. Fuller explained. I don't need you to describe me, Fulheim. Surin appeared and sat on the table. Fuller sent her a bad look. Jiraiya looked to her. She has to me mine. Norse Holy Grail. What's that horrible thing? Surin pointed her fork to him. Are you talking about my dashing eyes or my ponytail? Jiraiya asked, exhibiting himself upon Surin. She was so disgusted that her face turned blue. That awful thing on your nose, yuck. Surin turned her face away. You really are nasty. Jiraiya looked to his nose. It's just my wart, Jiraiya said. Surin ignored him. I'm going to drink some mead at the tavern. She got up. Jiraiya got up right after her. I'll go with you, Jiraiya said. She sent him a disgusted look. Sorry, I want to drink the mead, not to throw it out. Yuck. A wart. Surin left. Jiraiya continued looking at her, blushing and bee from the nose. I bet 30 that he lasts 3 days after her. Fuller said. I bet 100 that he lasts a week. Her father said. You don't bet things about me right in front of my eyes, Jiraiya reclaimed. Good morning. Minato and Frigg entered and sat on the table. What's wrong, Jiraiya-sensei? No, you got dumped again. Oh, Minato sighed. Jiraiya looked to him and made a pose of glory. I'm going to get Surin for me. I swear by my name. I, the great frog hermit, will be the one to tame the beast. Jiraiya said, very enthusiastic. 40 has he won't last 4 days. Frigg said, I bet 120 has he won't last more than 10 days. I know Sensei is persistent. Minato said. Not again. Jiraiya cried. You will see. I'm going after her. Jiraiya went after Surin, crossing Ryokugen and Mirai in the way. The two sat on the table. Akatsuki avoided looking at Minato, but he continued so in love with Frigg, that he had to look at her. Mama, what have you made me for breakfast? Mirai asked. Frigg looked to her and felt a pain in the sea. Fuller hugged her. I have made some milk with your favorite cereals. Enjoy. Fuller gave her the milk. Mirai smiled and started eating. Akatsuki smiled looking to his daughter. Eat that also you can become a big woman, he said. She blushed and smiled. I want to be as strong as Daddy, Mirai said. Akatsuki smiled and cleaned her mouth. Fuller was about to brush Mirai's hair, but Frigg interposed herself. Let me do it, she asked. Fuller looked to her and then to the Tsukikage. Okay, Fuller said. Frigg got up and started brushing Mirai's hair. Akatsuki looked at them and smiled. Minato noticed, just like Fuller, who looked down, very sad. The Hokage noticed her reaction. When are you going to make the peace treaty? The old Tsukikage asked, while reading the newspaper. Minato and Ryokugen startled and looked at each other. You need to get a date. We can discuss it this afternoon. What do you think? Minato asked. Ryokugen knit his brows. Beach? Akatsuki asked. Minato smiled, but he was sure he didn't discuss with him because Mirai was there and Frigg too. Jiraiya entered in the tavern and saw lots of men with big beards and braids, drinking from huge mugs. He saw Isuki on the balcony and went near her. Hello, have you missed me? Jiraiya asked. She didn't bother herself to answer. All the men in the tavern looked at him. You know, I'm a very important person, back in Konoha. I was the one who trained Minato and now, he is the great Hokage Sama. Surin didn't pay any attention. Jiraiya looked at her. Playing tough, huh? He thought and put his arm around her. The men from the tavern started laughing quietly. Jiraiya whispered at her ear. What about talking more about you? So, you're the Tsukikage's big sis, what more? I hate guys that annoy me while I'm drinking, she said and sent him a bad look. Jiraiya noticed her ripple pattern eye. No way, Rikadu's eyes, Jiraiya exclaimed, very surprised. So it is true, they really exist. He. You must use them a lot. Yeah. IK persons who dare to come in public with ugly warts, she said, drinking some mead. Although she drank like a pig, Jiraiya found that very attractive, bee from his nose. Bruh. Cold mead. Jiraiya came closer to her, drooling. You're not wearing a bra, are you? He said, looking into her S. She simply moved her arm and punched Jiraiya's face. Ha ha. What a lame punch. So light, Jiraiya quickly felt a huge pain on the face, falling on the ground. Lightning chakra manipulation again. It pains as hell. Next time you drool over my shirt, I'm going to punch your balls. Surin alerted, turning her back to him and walking away. Ha ha. I knew you were to touch my balls. Jiraiya mocked. Surin stopped. All the men in the tavern opened their mouths. Admit it. You're burning to get laid with me. Surin looked back. Sorry, I don't want to take a virgin for my first time, she said. All laughed out loud, except Jiraiya, who didn't enjoy it that much. Plus, you dress like a clown. She left. Jiraiya felt even more instigated. 150 as he lasts 2 days. A man said, 160 as he gives up after 5 days. Another said, 200 as he quits after Suren defeat him in a drink fight. The barman said. Jiraiya looked to him. Does anyone defeated her on that? Jiraiya asked. No, nor a single one. The barman said. Jiraiya smiled. That's it. Jiraiya made again the pose of glory. I'm going to defeat my Norse goddess of drinking in a drink fight and then, she will be mine. Jiraiya ran after her. Suren. I guess we will start betting on how many fools you can get by saying she makes a drink fight. A Viking said. The barman smiled. I get rich only with Suren candidates trying to defeat her on a drinking fight. The barman said. That why I bet on it. None resist our mead for too long. At night, Frigg was playing with Mirai, along with her sister Fuller. Akatsuki was on his office, doing paperwork. It doesn't matter which cage you are, you're doomed to drown yourself in paperwork. Ha ha. Minato was on his bedroom, drinking some mead and looking into the ocean. Jiraiya knocked on the door and entered. So, how many times had Suren kicked you today? Minato played. Jiraiya looked aside very annoyed. If I tell him she hit me around 25 times, he will never respect me again with all the masculine respect I deserve. Got to lie. Jiraiya thought and smiled. Just 3. He lied. Minato sent him tricky eyes. What? Don't you believe in your handsome sensei's abilities? I do, but I believe more in Suren's ones to humiliate men. Minato said. I was here once, remember? Jiraiya looked to him, noticing the Hokage's super serious expression. Don't you think, Akatsuki Dono is dealing pretty fine with this? Jiraiya asked. Minato looked to the sea, again with the serious expression. Yes, the man answered, drinking more mead. Jiraiya continued worried with his expression. Containing all that anger, it's going to make him explode someday. And he is going to explode right on you. Jiraiya said. Minato didn't answer, continued looking to the horizon. Jiraiya looked down. You don't give a damn, do you, Minato? Jiraiya thought. Minato drank more mead, now with his eyes closed. If Akatsuki comes to KU, you will attack him too and, probably, with the lucky star that shines upon you, you will end up winning and then, there will be nothing more annoying you and your Kushina. Jiraiya closed his eyes too. I never thought you would think about something like that. Your K-intent towards Akatsuki is so big that makes my spine shiver. Please, try not to do anything foolish. The Sennin stared his student again. And the peace treaty, have you reached some agreement? It's going to be on the last week we are here. Minato said, remaining with his eyes closed. Minato, I know you love Kushina a lot. Jiraiya stared. Minato opened his eyes. But please, try to. I'm already grown up enough to know what I'm doing, sensei. Yondaime interrupted with a rude tone. Jiraiya knit his brows. You only grow up when you realize you need somebody to help you knowing what you're doing. Jiraiya left. Minato closed his eyes again. Jiraiya looked to Minato's room door and then looked down. Such K-intent, you will also end up exploding. I wished Kageru was here to calm you down. Minato continued alone on his bedroom, waiting for Frigg. Sure, the K-intent was big enough to reach even the spirits. Kurogen was looking to him, also very concerned. Section, are you going to make the same thing? Section, Kurogen asked, very sad. Section, are you going to K anyone who steps in between you and your love? Just like, Section, Kurogen put his hand on his heart, grabbing tightly. Tears fell. Section, just like you did to me. Section, Kurogen cried, but Minato didn't listen his screams. Section, stop it before it is too late. It's true a male dragon can't stand another to share its females and K it, but please, please, this is going to hurt everyone, even your beloved Frigg. Minato, stop it. Section, Minato made an angry look. Minato. Frigg entered. He smiled at her. She hugged him. So, what were you doing? Minato asked, caressing her hair. Frigg started speaking. I was playing with my daughter. Mirai is so cute. She has so many dolls. We were playing pretending to be fairies. Frigg was so happy. Minato continued caressing her. I'm so happy to be again with Mirai, I missed her so much. My daughter. Frigg leaned her head on the Hokage's sea. Doyokugen was passing by and heard their conversation. He leaned his back on the wall and decided to hear it, without thinking that could hurt him. Do you think we are going to have such fun with our baby? Frigg asked. Minato smiled and K her. Ryokugan looked down, sad. Of course. Minato kneeled down, Frig's belly. She put her hands on his hair, caressing it. I'm going to teach our kid everything, from talking to walking, some jutsus, everything. Have you heard it, baby? Frig laughed quietly. Minato continued caressing her belly. I'm looking forward to hug you, to play with you. Ah, my cute baby. I'm so happy with you, Minato. She said. The Hokage smiled and got up, caressing her face. Ryokugan bound his hands, remembering when she said that to him. Liar, the Tsukikage thought. Minato laid Frig on the bed. I want to be yours forever. Tears fell from Akatsuki's eyes. Traitor, he thought. You truly are, my one and only. She confessed, while Minato was taking her clothes off. Cheater, love me, Minato? She asked. Minato smiled and kissed her again. Every word coming out of your mouth is a lie, Akatsuki thought, very angry. His tears continued falling. Why have you married me? Wasn't it forever? Why have I trained so much? Be one with me, Minato. Frig asked. Minato kissed her. Am I, your one and only? Minato asked. Frig smiled, caressing his face. Doubt the stars of fire, but never doubt my love. She said. Akatsuki's eyes opened wide. He covered his mouth with his hands, so none could hear him. Why have I made this? Why have you married me? He thought. All these years, I've dreamed with the day you would come back to me and we could be together, forever. Frig, I'm so lost, alone. He bound his hands tightly again and went to his bedroom. Minato opened his eyes and looked to the door, sadly sighing and then closed them again. Frig. Akatsuki entered his bedroom, closing the door. Mirai was on the bed, holding a white wolf soft toy, while Fuller was making her company. The Tsukikage was surprised with Fuller's presence, moving his face aside, but the woman already noticed he was crying. She got up and went near him, putting her hand on his face. What's wrong? She asked. He made a serious face, as if he was trying to hide his feelings. Fuller got even more worried. Why do you lock yourself and tell me nothing? I'm your friend. Please, I would do anything. Sorry to make you worry, I've worked a lot, please, I need to rest. He asked, calmer. Fuller looked down, very sad. If you need anything, I'll be on my room. Fuller said to him. She gave Mirai a good night kiss and left, looking again to Ryokugan. The man sat on the bed, putting his hands on the face, breathing as if he was crying. Mirai sat on the bed, looking to him. He continued crying. Why are you crying? Mirai asked. Ryokugan's eyes opened wide and he looked to his daughter. She had her soft toy in front of her face, pretending herself to be the toy. Mr. Twinkles doesn't like to see you. Ryokugan grabbed Mirai, hugging her tightly. Daddy. You love Daddy, don't you? He asked. Mirai looked to him and smiled. Yes, a lot. And Mr. Twinkles too, she said. The man smiled, feeling better, while caressing her hair. I'm not going to let anything bad happen to you. You're the only one, who really loves me purely. I'm not going to let anyone take you away from me, anyone. He thought. Daddy, I wanna sleep. He looked to her. Mirai yawned. He laid her on the bed, giving her a kiss on her forehead. The two fell asleep right after that. Someone opened the door. Isuki was looking to her brother, very concerned. This is going to end up very bad, I can sense it. She whispered. Brother, I never wanted you to end up like that, I should have stopped you for getting married, forgive me. She closed her eyes and entered, covering Ryokugan with the blanket. I felt your intent just now, were you checking the stupidity princess? I never thought you would think about something like that. The Hokage, Surin left the bedroom. There again, you don't give a damn if you have to Minato, do you? Surin opened her eyes and saw Jiraiya. What? Beating you in that drinking contest wasn't enough. Ah, you pompous bee. Jiraiya looked down. She noticed he wasn't there to try to get laid. Minato, yes, Jiraiya said. I'm sure they will kill each other. This is no longer the Minato I raised. He loves Frig so much, plus, she is carrying his child. Minato wants to protect both and to lose none. He always was very protective about the persons he loved. I'm worried, terribly worried. My cute little brother is not the same person anymore. Surin confesses. He was always so strong, so dedicated to Mirai and to improve to protect Frig. What a knife that was. Plus, Even hating Frigg, I cannot blame her for falling in love with another man. Brother was a kid when she left. My cute little brother was always loyal to everything he holds an oath, even towards Minato, who is his friend. That's why it hurts so much. Surin closed her eyes. We need to look over them. It's our job. Jiraiya said. They are cages, they shouldn't waste time thinking about this. If Mirai is with brother, he will never do anything against Minato. Brother doesn't like to show her his angry side. Surin said. Jiraiya looked to her. Minato will also not fight with Frigg near him. She is pregnant and very sensitive. A fight or any hostility would be bad for the baby. Jiraiya explained. Then, that's what it has to be done. Surin said. The days continued normally in the hidden moon. Surin asked Fuller to never let Akatsuki walk without Mirai. Jiraiya also spoke with Frigg, saying that if she wanted to protect both Minato and Ryokugen, she shouldn't leave the Hokage's side. Their fears were reasonable. Every time Yellow Flash and Akatsuki's eyes crossed, their intent was so huge that everybody around them could sense it, and shiver with fear. Frigg and Fuller were very worried with them, such as the old Tsukikage. Sure, those two are willing to kill each other, and it's such a huge will, that even the spirits couldn't find peace. On the other side, Jiraiya tried to conquer Isuki, becoming the village's new motive of laughing. Sure, Surin knew how to make him feel stupid, putting him down and a bunch of other things. The frog hermit got punched about 40 times a day, but even with such bad response, he decided he should never give up and that one day, Isuki would be his, although, he was the only single person in the world to believe it. Answer, this day, the group was eating its breakfast. Surin continued ignoring Jiraiya. Daddy, are you coming with me to the beach? Mirai asked. Ryokugen smiled to her and caressed her head. Sorry, Mirai-chan. Daddy has to solve some paperwork. Akatsuki answered. Mirai made a sad face. Don't worry, Frigg said. Akatsuki looked to her. You can come with me and Uncle Minato. Mirai smiled and looked to her father. He sent Minato a bad look. Only if your mother goes too. He said. Fuller looked to him. Minato answered him with another mean look. Please, have a little consideration for those who are trying to have breakfast. The old Tsukikage said. Akatsuki and Yellow Flash looked down. You aren't kids anymore. Stop it for once. Mirai looked to her father, such as Fuller. Frigg looked down, very sad, binding her hands. This is all, she thought. I'll go with you to the beach, Mirai-heim. Jiraiya said, making a smile to her. And I will take your hot Aunt Isuki with us. Sorry, it's already too much disgusting sharing the same table with you. If you care even a little about me, please, don't obligate me be in your presence anymore. Isuki said. The others hide their laughs. Jiraiya hugged her. Don't be like that. Jiraiya put his lips near her cheek. Give me a K, my Norse red-haired Valkyrie. Sorry, I don't want to throw out. She said. Jiraiya groaned. You, he was so angry. You egoistical convinced ignorant, you dumb. You're the jerkiest girl, cameloid that I have ever seen. Surin looked to him. And so, give me a K. Jiraiya demanded, very angry. Everyone was looking at him. I don't, Surin didn't change her mind. Jiraiya shouts smoke out of his nose. Why don't you give me a K? Ah, you stagnant egoist ill-mannered. Do you think that my beard it's not shaved well and you fear to see down your mouth? Exclamation mark. Ah, Jiraiya screamed. Minato was surprised with all the words his teacher found to describe Isuki. Your arrogance is annoying me, B. Frigg and Fuller covered their open mouths with their hands. Jiraiya stepped on the table, right in front to Isuki. I, the great elegant Jiraiya, challenge you to a ninja battle. The Tsukikage and the Hokage looked to him, surprised. Surin continued drinking her mead calmly, as if he wasn't talking to her. If I win, you will become my wife, Norsel. Akatsuki and Yellow Flash's mouths opened wide. Jiraiya shouts smoke again from his nostrils. Surin smiled. You really are full of yourself, wart man. She said and also stepped on the table. I accept the challenge, she said, looking into Jiraiya's eyes with her ripple pattern eye. But, if I win, I'll see down your. Jiraiya didn't appear to be worried. Minato and Ryokugen were even more surprised. Daddy, what's a? Mirai asked. He covered her ears with his hands, much blushed. Oi, sister, calm down with the language. Akatsuki asked. Let's go outside, she said. Jiraiya smiled. Already on the beach, lots of people came to see what was going on. Minato was near Jiraiya while he was doing some heating up exercises. Are you sure about this? Minato asked. I do not doubt about your abilities, but your gamble it's too high. I'm not Tsunade, you know. Jiraiya said, smiling. I'm used to win on gambles. This time will not be different. He looked to Isuki. I'm going to have her for me. But, Jiraiya-san, Surin is such an unpleasant woman. Sure there are more beautiful women out there. Frigg said. No. I've already passed these 3 weeks trying to get laid with her and I was turned away, insulted, kicked and by her. My vengeance will be winning her and show her what men are really good at. I will win, he said, seriously looking to her, who was near her brother, Mirai and Fuller. That Rinnegan of hers. I never thought someone would fight against you so it could get laid. Sure he is Yellow Flash's sensei, Doryokugan said. Isuki didn't appear to be worried and even smiled. I'm playing on my home. Surin said. Plus, as long as I have you looking into our battle, I'll always have an advantage. Also, our answer here too. That means I have about 5 more pairs of eyes. He has no chance. Playing dirty, Akatsuki asked. She smiled again. People are curious and so they look. I have no fault I can see what they see, plus, I'm sure you want me to win. She said. Doryokugan's eyes opened wide. Both you and Yellow Flash are seeing yourselves in us. He groaned. Fear not, I will win. Sensei, Minato called Jiraiya. He looked back to him. I order you to win. Jiraiya smiled. I will. The Sennin answered. Surin and Jiraiya stepped forward to the beach. All were looking. The old Tsukikage decided to be the referee. Fight, Isuki-sama. The men from the village screamed and whistled. We love you, you giant bee Valkyrie. Shut up, you retarded losers. She said. She's my bee. Some ninjas said. She looked annoyed to the sea, while the others continued whistling. Jiraiya smiled. This night, you will be mine. He said, pointing to her. I'll take out that arrogant pride of yours and show you I'm the best man in the world and also the prettiest. Surin smiled proudly. Let's not make them wait. She said, getting ready to fight. For this night, you will no longer piss like a man. Jiraiya also got ready. Minato and Doryokugan looked to them. Don't you dare to lose, Jiraiya-sensei. Show them, Konoha is far greater. Show them, I know you are as good as you say. Show them, that the hidden moon is far superior. Show them the power we have, as Rikudo's heirs. The wind started blowing. That will be all for this video. Be sure to like, subscribe, share, and comment down below for more videos. Goodbye.